Hey, this is Jim Hirschauer, and I'm joined by Prashant, one of the co-founders of Devtron. And today we're going to talk about platform engineering. Now, one of the things that we've seen in many different companies is this increasing role of platform engineering. We see companies creating platform engineering teams, and this role is becoming much more prominent. So, Prashant, my question for you is, how does platform engineering factor into software delivery today? How is that different than what we've seen as traditional DevOps teams?
Great question, Jim. So I think it would be good to go to the history of DevOps, right? Uh, the DevOps was started because there was an impedance mismatch between the infra team and the application team because they had different worldview, right? And the idea of the DevOps was more of as a philosophy to create a joint team which can sort of bridge this gap and help developers take things to delivery or to infrastructure. But what happened over time was that this team, which was supposed to help developers to do that, started building tools which were for themselves rather than for the developers, right? So why did that happen? Because it was leaking the domain, right? The domain which developers didn't understand. So it talked a lot about the infra domain. And what happened because of that is that this team again became the users of their tool also. The scripts that they created, the tools that they created, they themselves became users because developers couldn't do it because of the cognitive load and the domain knowledge that they had. Now, if you look at platform engineering team, it's nothing but the same team with a different name. So platform team again is with the same concept saying that, oh, we are going to build a platform which developers should be able to use to sort of take their application into production or to whichever environment they want to take. The problem that I see with this thing is that, see, the idea of creating things for the developer is to take away the cognitive load. One of the most important thing in that is the developer experience. What kind of experience the developer is going to have? And you cannot solve for the developer experience if you don't have the team with the right set of folks. For example, do you have product managers who are thinking in terms of a product and not in terms of a script? Do you have designers who are thinking from the developer experience perspective? And it's not just some widgets which I can put wherever I want to, because that doesn't give you contextuality of information, right? So if you are not able to see the right information at the right place, it's not helping you, right? It's not about saying, oh, I have a form, I put a value, I click save or I click apply and it takes action. And great, now as a developer, I can do that. I can still not do it because it's not giving me the power. It's just like something that I have memorized and I'm just executing it, right? And if I have to do anything beyond that, again, I may have to go to platform team and they may take some time to add that as a capability, or DevOps team may execute for me, right? So I think one of the critical things which have to be done to ensure that platform team doesn't go the same way that earlier team has gone is to say that, is it comprised of the right set of folks? Do you have a front-end engineer? Do you have a designer? Do you have a product manager and not just the back-end folks? They should not be just writing code and assuming that because you are developers, you should be understanding everything, right? And this again is the problem that I'm seeing with a lot of platform engineering tools which have come up, which say that, oh, you can create whatever widget you want to create a form out of it so that you can give developers those forms. If you want to, let's say, scale application from 2 port to 3 port, let me create a widget where you can enter 3 and then click on save and it will scale to 3. It doesn't help, right? One, because you don't have a record of what happened. So changes become difficult to track as well as to sort of roll back. And second thing, as a developer, I'm still not aware of the impact of what I did, right? If I change it from 2 to 3, what's going to happen? How long it's going to happen? I don't have any visibility. Maybe if I have to look at the impact, I have to go somewhere else to look at it, right? So I think platform engineering is a great concept, and we definitely should have teams, but we should also look at it from the perspective of what we should be building and what we should be procuring from outside, because it's not a frivolous or a light commitment that you are having as a company. It's a very, very deep commitment where you are saying that I'm going to solve the experience problem of the developers. And it's not just few people put together who are going to maybe create some YAML based APIs or maybe write some functions or maybe write some scripts and just give a button to click the things. So that whole thought around platform engineering has to change, evolve for companies to be able to really put developers at the center of the code delivery.
All right. Well, if you are heading down that path towards having a platform engineering team, or you've just built one out and you're maturing your processes there, now's that perfect time to reconsider the way you've been doing things and really put that developer experience front and center and make sure that you're building it in a really effective way where development and platform engineering can collaborate and come together and solve this huge challenge of getting software delivered in a really efficient manner so that it's easy for everyone involved in the process. So if that sounds interesting to you, you can always check out Devtron at devtron.ai. We help in that space and we'd love to hear from you.